Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself in real time right now, and I don't know what's coming next compared to having already recorded everything and now coming back and doing some sort of voiceover or trade recap video. That's not any of those things. I don't know what's coming next. So in other words, if you're open to the idea of an unscripted, nitty-gritty, dirty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. So I will go ahead and pause for now, and I'll be back at the open. All right, I'm going to try to pick up some puts here at 875 on Tesla. That might have been it though. So let's try some at 950 here. Got those at 950. So let's see if Tesla wants to roll back over. I like this setup here quite a bit. $692 would be great. Again, I like this setup a whole lot. First key break going to be 694.75. Putzing around too much. So I'll take the 125 because I'm also liking Nvidia quite a bit at 183. So I'll keep Nvidia in mind. In fact, let me get that alerted. 183 flush point. If you're new to the channel, I do offer a private community. So when I say alerted, that's not to some sort of voice in my head. That is to the community that I offer. And yeah, play Tesla right as it is bouncing back up. Still may come down, but yeah, that setup, it was too primed to not have gone at the time where it did. And it started to go, then started to hesitate around. Amazon looking interesting though. So played that one as it should have been played. What is that, 121.80. Okay, I will go ahead and pause, but starting off the day up 125. All right, I'm now trying to play Tesla again. Completely played it right. Look at that. Failed breakdown, going back up. So trying for some more here at 850. Because I am still overall bearish biased on it. Let's see if it wants to bounce up a bit more. I'll go ahead and pause for now. I'm going to go ahead and try to pick up a put here at 22, but I was too late. That was just going to be for a scalp, but I was too slow on it. So never mind. And I mean, remember when this thing was... The market action definitely has me a little leery here because, I mean, like I said, I stand by it, even though it makes me look foolish, but... When I was in right here, I love that setup. But to think that that setup was so wrong as the price went all the way up there, that has me, like I said, on edge a bit because that was truly a beautiful setup. So obviously, I don't know if it's obvious if you're new, but the lesson there is there are no guarantees in the market. Just because a setup looks really, really good and more times than not will work out, it's not every time it's going to work out. So that's why you got to always be on your toes and ready because... if only there was a such thing as a guaranteed setup, but there is not, and that's a classic example of that. So to see the market, like I said, just completely discard such a nice pattern there, I'm not going to be done trading, but certainly going to trade with a bit more caution. So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and pause and miss that one on Tesla. Maybe I was a little, no, I don't think I was gun shy. I just couldn't quite get things lined up in time, but okay, while I'll pause, let's see what else is out there. Go ahead and try to get short here. 185.75 here on Nvidia, 250 shares. So I'm not going to make a lot if it goes in my favor, but if it goes against me, like it's about to right now. Wow. Well, that's looking like it was a potentially very, very quick trade. Well, we'll see if it wants to come back down, but now the question becomes, do I want to add to it? Because that would be a pretty big failure back in my favor, but I really don't trust this market that much to begin with, so no, I'm not going to add. And I'm not anywhere close to being out of the woods yet on this thing. But I do feel pretty good right now about having, well, now it's starting to head in my favor. So it took off some there at 185.50. Got some more out there. So I have 50 shares left. Well, now at this point, I'm sitting here saying, why did I only do 250 shares? Looking for this thing to get down to 185. So if I can get it out closer to there, that would be great. So again, at this point, I'm sitting here, the voice is saying, Clay, you bozo, why do you only do that? But think about it. At the time when I thought I was going to get stopped out, I was sitting there saying, well, geez, I'm glad I only did 250 shares. So that just goes to show, all right, in hindsight, so $93 here. Like I said, I was not going to make a lot, but I was also not going to lose a lot had it gone against me. But that's kind of funny, the cruel irony there. So, okay, all right. Got some interesting 701. Interesting level here on Tesla. We'll see what wants to happen with it. Looking around at other stocks. Okay, I will go ahead and pause. I should also note that from a mindset perspective, I am completely willing to go into the red. I'm only up $200. So if I end up in the red, I'm okay with that mentally. I'm okay with it from just a money general management standpoint. It's not like, the past couple of days have been just fine. So now if I was up $2,000 and I'm sitting here saying, yeah, I'm okay with going red, I'd probably have to need to question myself. Really? Like, what are you planning on doing, Clay, that you could potentially go from up 2,000 to being red? But here, quote unquote, only up $200. I don't want to sound ungrateful because I realize money doesn't grow on trees. But, for me personally, within the grand scheme of things, $200, it matters, yes. But from a broad sense, it's not an amount that has me too worried about things. I am very interested around this 701 area. So yeah, I'm going to pick up a couple contracts there. Looking for this to break down. Now, again, if it works in my favor, not going to make a ton. But if it goes against me, I'll be okay. 701.50 certainly being a very stubborn level, though. So starting to get the breakdown there. See if it wants to come back down. Well, got the breakdown. Bouncing back up a bit. Let's see what it wants to do. I called this earlier, didn't I? Said the markets have been very, very sketchy. And that was a very sketchy move. Started to get the breakdown. I was in the green. Thought I could get more. And who knows, maybe it'll come back down, which just kind of proves just how much, choppy and sketchy these markets are. But needless to say, I'm glad that I only did 2 contracts here, because this is definitely getting pretty tricky. But yeah, right now I'm not feeling so good. To see that breakdown and then pop right back up is not very confidence inspiring. Let's see if it wants to come back down. Yep, 702 going to be that key point now. All right, well, got down through it, but 0 follow through. All right, out there for 180. Loss, I should say. So up $38 on the day. So very clearly, tricky action here. So in that situation, very, very glad that I only did 2 contracts. And just a little choppy range right here. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. And look at that garbage. Up it went. So I was right to have gotten out where I did, because I minimized the loss, but I was certainly wrong thinking that thing wanted to roll back over. So yeah, tricky markets out there today. Almost one of those days where it feels like you should just do the opposite of what the setup is telling you to do. Have you ever had those days where it's like, if I just do the opposite of what I'm thinking, I'd be doing very well? That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Okay, I'll go ahead and pause. I'm going to try to pick up a couple puts there, to which I did. Looking for this thing to come down a bit. Okay, I took out one there at 1850. So this still very well could be a losing trade, but I wanted to at least mitigate the size of the loss if it is. Nice, take that one out there. So back up 163. Still gonna watch just one if it wants to make a move up to, let's call it 713-ish. I would be interested in starting the process over again. But again, I'm skeptical. That's why I only did 2 contracts. You're completely right. It's a valid question. Clay, you did 5 that first trade, and now you did 2, and then you did 2 once again here on this one. But again, that is why, because I am Larry. And if I'm Larry, that doesn't mean I'm going to be done trading, but it does mean that I'm going to trade with a little bit more skepticism. Which, once more, yes, in this situation, had I done 5, that would have been a very, very, very nice trade. But had I been wrong and the market would have kept going up, I'd be sitting here saying, geez, I'm glad I only did 2, because that kept the loss a lot better. So just keep that in mind. All right, I will go ahead and pause. Oh, wow. Okay, I just got in on this halt, and as soon as it unhalted, I was already filled. And all out there for 320. So just to recap, because I thought I had plenty of time, but this was halted, and over here showed $12.51. So I put in my order $1 below at 11.51, and as soon as it was unhalted, I was instantly filled. Wow. I mean, hindsight here, but like I said, I have no problem at all admitting that one caught me off guard a bit. because I don't know if I've ever seen, maybe I have, but not in a long time, for it to drop just like that. Because usually wherever this shows you during the halt, it's going to be right where it opens up. Now, how long does it last there? Sometimes not very long at all, but to have it show 1250, and then to instantly fill me $1 below caught me off guard. Now, clearly it worked out just fine, worked out very nice, and in hindsight, well, goodness, I could have made a whole lot more on it. But I mean, at that point, it was, I mean, I followed my trade plan, but I will say that the trade plan, or the part of the trade plan that I didn't expect, was to have that thing drop in quite literally a split in blink of an eye, to the point where I wasn't even able to get, I was going to get the video rolling and explain what was going on, but I figured, nah, I'm still $1 away. Let's let it get at least a little closer before I explain anything. And figures, time I make that assumption was not the time that I made it on. But wow, absolutely insane. Like I said, I can't quite say it for sure. I've been trading for almost 2 decades now, but I can say I can't remember the last time that I've seen something show a certain halt price level and then just boom, like that, all of a sudden come down and then fill me at that level. Crazy. Well, I'm going to watch this one some more here, but wow, absolutely crazy. But I'm up 483, so not quite at my $500 where I ideally like to be, but I mean $17, close, but not quite there. So there's no way I'm buying this, because this could easily go into some sort of halt on the downside. Absolutely crazy movement. All right, well, I will go ahead and pause, and in some ways just happen to be the right place at the right time. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Usually I'm not even thinking about being at my computer, but I just got done working out. My family's actually away right now, since I work from home. So just thought, let me swing by the computer, and somebody in the chat room had mentioned AERC, and pulled it up, and wow, big afternoon mover. So yeah, I'll give a shout out to Crazzzzy here, kind of show you the anatomy of how it all went down, because I know sometimes people are wondering, hey Clay, how does your chat room work? And right there, he was just mentioned that it was AERC was at $11 now, and of course I watched it, made the comment, hey, yeah, I should have chased at $11, because that would have been much more. The point being, Crazzzzy is what got my eye on the alert in the first place. So right there, the value of a chat room, and given when you factor in the chat room costs $99, and for 3 months, I should say, not even per month, $99 for 3 months, and I just made $320 on alert. I just paid for a whole lot of months of the chat room there. But so for those of you that wonder, hey Clay, I know you offer it, how does it work? There you have kind of a random example that I wasn't really expecting, but that is the value. You just swing by the computer, poke your head in the chat room real quick. Anybody talk about anything? Crazzzzy made that comment, checked it out, and here I am. Up now $320 with this thing pulling back more. Like I said, I'd almost rather see it get halted first. 1125, yeah, it looks like it's going to get halted here again. So we'll watch it. So this level 2 is going to shut down. A halt is coming, more than likely. So that's going to go back to nothingness here in 5, 4, there we go. So this is what I was... So see how this number is changing? That number is at the 1251, and then all of a sudden it dropped down to fill me. So that's what I meant by it seemed like the price wasn't anywhere close, but this is once again halted, but I'll go ahead and pause for now. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up 483, closing out the day, and really the key that I would say today was just managing that risk, getting skeptical, keeping the size down, and then ultimately, oh boy, I don't know if the mic picked that up or not, but our lawn service is here. Anyways, I'm going to move quickly here. But yes, got skeptical, kept my loss under control. Remember that one, I think, was down 180. This was a few hours ago, so I can't even remember what I talked about. But that's what I would say, led me to having a good, solid day, was just managing that risk, getting skeptical, and then being in the right place at the right time in the form of checking in on the chat room. And then AERC proved to be kind of my knight in shining armor and put me just below what I'm normally going for at that $500. But I'll take it, because other days I'm well above $500. So if I come up $17 short, it is what it is, because I know within the grand scheme of things, there's plenty of days where I'm up over that $500 amount. But Thank you for watching. If you enjoy these videos, they're not easy to make because they are genuinely live. So they're very actually difficult. But if you enjoy them, then I will continue to make them. And the easiest way for you to convey to me that you do enjoy, hit that like button and leave a very simple comment down below. So everybody, thanks. Take care. Have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.